You're watching News 24 Live. Last night, Bafana Bafana kicked off their AFCON 2015 campaign and suffered their first defeat under coach Shakes Mashaba, throwing away a 1-0 lead and going down 3-1 to Algeria. I'm joined in studio by football analyst Tashreeq Vardin from Sport 24 to unpack last night's match. Tash, what happened?
Thank you for having me, Nick. What happened, I think it was just a lack of concentration on Bafana's end. In the first goal, look, Bafana, they could have scored 2 goals. We all knew Tekelo Ranti should have scored that penalty. And he did not look confident at all. He did not look confident at all. A buddy of mine was telling me that why did not Dean Furman take it, and I agreed with him. I think Dean Furman should have stepped up and said, look guys, okay, we 1-0 up.
Is he a better spot kick taker?
I would believe so. He plays midfield. He looks confident. He was playing confidently all night. You saw that superb shot that dipped over the goalkeeper that should have almost goal. But Bafana, in Algeria's sense, Algeria just waited for Bafana to lose concentration, because we saw in the first 2 goals, Tyson lost. It almost looked like he wanted to score an L goal because his head was flicked back when he was trying to get rid of the ball. And the first goal was Manyisa on the left-hand side, could not defend properly, and a powerful shot that I thought Darren Keat should have saved, because on the near post, it's likely you should have just pushed it out quickly.
You're talking about the equaliser?
The equaliser, yes.
I was having a look at those visuals now. The first goal by Tusopala, I mean, that was a good little bit of teamwork, very opportunistic goal. There were a couple of occasions before that in the first half, a couple of missed opportunities. Almost got that feeling like, oh, is this the Bafana of old, firing blanks. But I mean, after that first goal in the second half,
yes.
It looked, I mean, guys had their tails up.
It looked promising. You know, when you come up against the likes of Algeria, you're going to have to sit back in the first 15-20 minutes, and that's what Bafana did. They sucked in the pressure, they sponged it, and then immediately afterwards, it's when Dean Furman took that amazing shot, hit the crossbar, and then a couple of minutes later, the injury to Kutsia happened, and then sort of they lost the plot.
Do you think that was quite telling? Because obviously defense was a bit of a sort of weak link last night.
Yes, I mentioned yesterday that I really think that Tefu Mashamate should have been chosen from Kaizer Chiefs. I mean, he's 30 years old. He could have played 2-3 years for Bafana Bafana, because, I mean, Rivaldo Kutsia, he's only 18 years old. Eric Mato, who had a fantastic season so far in the PSL, and a formidable partnership with Masha in the PSL. And that brought him on. It would have been better, but they did not include him in the squad. But if we look at the defense-wise, the right and the left-hand side, Matlaba took quite some time to get into his spaces. And defensively, he's not looking too sharp. Attacking-wise, he's looking okay, because he's linking up with Manyisa very well. And we see Manyisa had a fantastic game last night as well, putting some short balls through. I think that in the next 2 games as well, they're coming up against Senegal and Ghana as well. They're going to have to suck up the pressure in the first 20 minutes as they did against Algeria. So it's going to be 2 tough games, and we could see that Sheikh Mashaba really wants to win it, because at the end of the game, South Africa did not leave the field. Sheikh Mashaba and his technical team was situated in the technical area, conversing and so forth. I'm sure Dean Furman grabbed the boys together, because the stadium was empty, and they were sitting in the halfway line somewhere there, huddling up on the floor, keeping their faces down. So it's really that South Africa really wants to get really far, and I think they can if they need to just pick up themselves from this onwards. And a couple of changes. Mato definitely needs to come back. Klapo, he did okay. He's a bit short. Eric Mato is very tall, lanky defender, composed on the ball as well. And then I don't know if he will. I think he should start Bernard Parker as well.
I was going to say, social media was going nuts, saying, where's Parker, where's Parker? And then also another point I wanted to make, talking about the defense. Do you think Keat is the right man to be in goal?
I think he's the most experienced man. He has European experience. So I don't think they should change him as of yet. I think he has
Perhaps
control.
didn't have his best night.
Yeah, because we can't put Brendan Kuzawayo in, although he's a fantastic shot stopper. He's a bit on the young side as well. He's 24 years old, and Keith has like 2-3 years experience in European. So I wouldn't change him as of yet. I think that will be just a confidence, a self-confidence thing. I think he'll be better in the next game.
It's going to come down to some permutations. We know that feeling all too well. Ghana going down in their game to Senegal.
Yeah.
So I guess we've got to make sure that we beat them. It's going to possibly depend on other results.
It's definitely that will happen if Ghana were to win their next game and South Africa win their next game. Then it's 3-3. And then it's down to the final game, goal difference as well. If it's not head-to-head stats. But yes, if South Africa can just power through, I think they can do it with Shakes Mashaba. He's been a very positive mentor for South Africa. So I'm excited to see what can happen. I'm hoping he rings changes. I don't think he will, but I'm hoping he does because Ranti looked very off. Or maybe in the next game bring the changes quicker on, because I mean he waited like till the 80th minute to bring on Ndulula, who could not do much.
Yeah. And I suppose, to be fair, it is the Bafana's first defeat under Shakes Mashaba, and I guess if you're gonna drop a game, this is probably the one to do it. Your first game, and then just make sure you bounce back.
Yeah, show your intent. I think that's what Mashaba should do. Show your intent and ring the changes. Not many. It doesn't, like I said, 1 or 2 perhaps. I would really like to see Bernard Parker play in the next game. But the pace of Ranti, it cannot be judged. When he's in form, he's in form. We saw what he did to Nigeria, those 2 fantastic goals he scored. But yeah, I'm hoping for the best.